everyone. So I was watching Alex Jones, and he mentioned something about Eric Trump's haircut. So I had to give it a search, and I'm gonna read you guys the results, essentially. This one's from the Huffington Post. Eric Trump's new haircut reminds Twitter of a certain white supremacist. Next one's from AOL.com. Twitter compares Eric Trump's new haircut to that of alt-right leader blah blah blah. Eric Trump roasted for haircut by Elite Daily. Like, are I'm supposed to take something serious called Elite Daily? So Elite Daily is basically, when I hear something with the name Elite in it, I just assume that the people who read it are like yuppies who just think that they can take shits on people who live out in the countryside. Distractify.com says Eric Trump got a new haircut, and Twitter thinks it looks strangely like something else. GQ says, how to avoid Eric Trump's Wall Street villain hair. Esquire says, Eric Trump's new neo-Nazi haircut makes him look like Richard Spencer. Freebeacon.com says, Twitter freaks out, accuses Eric Trump of sporting a Nazi haircut. Is Eric Trump, this is from The Stranger, is Eric Trump copying Richard Spencer's flashy haircut? Newsbusters.org. Esquire. Eric Trump's new haircut is a little too white nationalist. And oh my gosh, there's like over 10 pages of results. The Root says, we need to talk about Eric Trump's new Nazi haircut. Twitchy.com says, did Eric Trump and white nationalist Richard Spencer coordinate? This one's, I think, calling HuffPost a moron for claiming that Eric Trump's haircut is somehow white supremacist or Nazi or something. InfoWars reported on it. It's essentially, yeah, it's essentially all the same. It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Okay, you guys hate him. You hate Donald Trump so much that you have to ridicule a man's haircut. In the famous words of Rachel Maddow, this is us now. This is America now. This is us. What can you say to them freaking out about a haircut? How pathetic are these people that they look at somebody who's made a stylistic choice that probably has nothing to do with Richard Spencer, you know. The slicked back hair look has been around for forever. I don't know, since there's been Grease. Yeah, have you ever watched, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Oh, such a great movie with George Clooney. Great movie. He's obsessed with Dapper Dan, and you want to know why? It's because he wants to slick back his hair. Guess what? George Clooney in the movie was not a racist. He hung out with a black guy. Having slicked back hair does not make you a villain. Like, oh my god, they're pointing out anything. His haircut is white supremacist. Trump is inciting violence by beating up a logo. Okay, I mean, if this is where we're going, how ridiculous can we turn it around on you? Because you're already failing, and we love making fun of you. But a haircut? Are you serious? Yes, a haircut is going to oppress you. That's where I'm at right now. It's like, these people literally think that Eric Trump's haircut is there simply to oppress them. Again, this is us now. I'm completely shocked. I wasn't shocked by Donald Trump winning. No, I knew that was going to happen. See, because I was paying attention. I had more of a beat, you know, on the pulse of America at the time, you know. I usually paid attention to social media for one. Another thing was, watched a lot of Trump's live rallies where there were thousands and thousands of people. You know, you could see him winning coming from a mile away. So that didn't surprise me, like it did Rachel Maddow. This surprises me. The extremes, the hilarious fucking extremes that the media goes through. Oh, Trump is inciting violence and blah 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 because he beat up a logo. Yeah, Kathy Griffin beheaded him like an ISIS member. Like, I mean, that's a comparison, but she beheaded him. She was looking straight at the camera like... Anyway. The point is, it's getting so ridiculous. It is getting so ridiculous. It is so funny. It's like... I was like, it is like, and I love watching Alex Jones because he's big and rhetoric and he's very patriotic, and it's almost the 4th of July. Like, come on, give me my Alex Jones around the 4th of July. I gotta have the extra patriotism just pumping in my brain, because that man, he just spews patriotism everywhere. It's splattered all over the wall. And that's why I like watching Alex Jones. But he'll say things, just offhanded comments, like about Eric Trump's haircut. like, you have to look it up. Because you're like, that is so ridiculous that I would believe that the media would pick up on that and actually complain about it. And then you look at, like, you just type in Eric Trump's haircut, and you basically have Huffington Post being like, is it a coincidence that Eric Trump and Richard Spencer have the same haircut? I think not. I think he's a Nazi because he happens to have a slicked back haircut like Richard Spencer. Like, no, guys. What if he's trying to emulate, like, George Clooney? Have you ever thought of that? Like, Dapper Dan. Dapper Dan, Dapper Dan, Dapper Dan. I think this is like the final death knell of the mainstream media. They literally can't report on anything real. They can't. They're not allowed to. Their producers won't let them. They're failing so hard. And it's so funny because, from my understanding, MSNBC, which was one of the shittiest news networks, it was the first one that my dad was like, I can't fucking watch this. These people piss me the fuck off. I remember he blocked the channel on our TV at one point when he could. There was a certain point he figured out how to do it so that he wouldn't come across it in the morning because it pissed him off so much. And now they're like the highest rated, you know, news network because CNN is destroyed. Fox imploded. I mean, and Trump has started laying that smack down, and it's hilarious. It is so funny. The shit that they're complaining about. They sound like spoiled, small, whiny, scared children. And it's like, okay, honey, it's time to go put you in the corner now. You need to learn how to grow up. Yeah, you do. Mainstream media, we're putting you in the corner. Yeah. You know that song, Nobody Puts Baby in the Corner? Well, that's a fucking lie. We're putting baby in the corner because we don't hit baby. we put baby in the corner and put I don't know if you guys know this, but if you're a good parent, you don't spank your children. You put their nose in a corner and you go, okay, you have to stay here, and you leave them there for each minute. So it goes minute, year. So if they're 4 years old, you leave them there for 4 minutes, and then you come back and you're like, okay, your timeout's over, and it doesn't start until they're facing the wall and calm. That's the technique my parents use. And if you ever watch one of those like nanny shows, that's the technique that they use as well. They have like a timeout spot, or they put them in the corner, or they make them sit on the stairs, or there's a timeout spot, right? It's time for a timeout. So mainstream media, here we are. You're acting like spoiled little rotten children. It's time for a timeout. And guess what? Daddy Trump laid the smackdown. Yay! So now, all you can do is fuss and cry and scry and scream about some fucking haircut. A fucking haircut. Are you fucking serious? HuffPost. You're garbage. Absolute fucking shit. Anybody else who picked up on this? Absolute fucking shit. So much garbage. So much garbage. It's a haircut. It's not a symbol. It's not a statement. Donald Trump posting himself beating up the CNN logo. That's a little bit of a statement. He's saying, I laid the smackdown and beat the crap out of the mainstream media. But the haircut, you're obsessing over nothing. You are literally crazy people. You all should be in a mental institution, quite frankly. And that's where we're at nowadays. This is America. This is us. This is the shit that people worry about. And yet, there's still people out there, like, I believe her name is Zinnia Jones on Twitter, who believes that after she's been sent pictures of gay men being thrown off of buildings in the Middle East, her response is, oh, the men throwing them off buildings look like they're trying to prevent them from jumping. No. They're being thrown off buildings. You must hate gay people. That's the only thing I can think of. Anyway. But somebody like that would rather complain, and I'm not trying to say her specifically, somebody like that, though, like the mainstream media, would rather reject the reality of something like gay men being thrown off buildings in the Middle East because it's racist to speak out against the Muslims. And yet, they can't handle their shit when Donald Trump posts a meme or his son gets a haircut. They can't handle his son getting a haircut. Please tell me I'm not the only one who sees how insane this is. Is there still hope for America? I'm really hopeful. I really hope so. I think we have a pretty big troll army out there. I think we're gonna do okay. Oh my god. Holy shit. It's like they don't know how to de-escalate. They have no idea how to de-escalate themselves. So they just keep getting more and more ridiculous. You know what? I have blonde hair. I'm obviously a white supremacist. My haircut is obviously a white supremacist haircut because colored people don't have this light of colored hair as I do. So obviously, I have a white supremacist haircut. I need to be hunted down and killed, obviously. I'm a Nazi. Sure. Also, my haircut, inciting violence against black people. Obviously, it's obviously inciting violence against black people. It's also inciting genocide and murder in Africa. Oh, it's also making Muslims throw gay men off a building. My haircut is responsible for all of this. My haircut is also responsible for the First, Second, and potentially Third World War. My haircut also happens to be responsible for the murder of innocent whales for whale oil. My hair also happens to be responsible for the death of that killer whale at SeaWorld. My haircut is also responsible for global warming. My haircut is also, it's literally the reincarnation of Hitler. My haircut is literally the reincarnation of Hitler. I swear to God. Like if you listen, it's screaming at me. It says, kill the Jews, kill the Jews, kill the Jews. I'm not going to listen to it, because I'm not personally, but my haircut's very, very, very responsible for the slaughter of the Jews in World War II. Yeah, my hair is literally Hitler. Not me, my hair. My hair is pure evil. You gotta understand, my haircut is a Nazi. My haircut itself is the Nazi, not me. The haircut, right? It's a white supremacist, evil haircut that's responsible for everything bad in the world. Every single thing bad in the world is because of my haircut. This is a level of insanity that we're approaching. And it's glorious. And I hope you all are enjoying this just as much as I am. And I hope you guys all have a great day. I have to go work on my grapes some more, because they need love and attention, and to be clipped back like hella overgrown. Too much. Anyway, you guys have a great night.